Good morning or good afternoon, whatever the case may be. My name is Todd Odom. I'm the head wrestling coach of the Robbinsville Black Knights. I'm also a personal friend of Eric Barlow, and he wanted me to do a short video talking a little bit about the personnel, what you need to look for, and a little bit about teamwork. So, a little background on myself. I wasn't always a high school wrestling coach. I actually started out in the landfill business for 7 years. I built landfills for a couple of companies, D.R. Phillips Contracting and then Phillips Jordan Incorporated. That's where me and Mr. Barlow cut our teeth together. But nonetheless, through my professional life and through construction and through teaching, and then as I moved on into the insurance business, I found out that there's a couple key components that you really need to focus on. And so I basically categorize people into two categories, two different types of personalities. The first one is pretty familiar. If you're familiar with Winnie the Pooh, there's people that are Tiggers and there's people that are Eeyores. The world needs both of them. Absolutely essential, but basically you can classify yourself or you can classify your people into these two categories. If you're a Tigger, man, you don't never have a bad day. And if you do, you don't have a bad day for long. High energy, wide open, getting it done. What can I do to make it better? And then you got the Eeyores, the guys that, oh man, it's raining today. You think we're going to get off early. You know, I mean, come on, you asked me to do overtime. You know, do I really have to muck my tracks out today? You know, let me tell you something, okay? Here's truth. In your industry, in the waste management industry, it's a production job, just like mine in the insurance world now. You've got compaction to make. You've got quotas to make. You've got to run enough tonnage through there to make the bills. And so it's not for Eeyores. It's not. I've learned a lot of things in my life. One of the truths is that people will change, but not much. And so if they're already an Eeyore, chances are you probably don't need them on your team. You need to cull the Eeyores out and find some Tiggers, because the Tiggers are going to be the ones that they know they got to muck those tracks out every day. They know they got to work every day, rain or shine. They got to make it happen. And so what I challenge you to do is exactly what I've done. Is I started evaluating my people in that fashion. You'll know in the first 5 minutes you meet someone whether they're a Tigger or an Eeyore. Those Tiggers are going to be, they can talk to anybody, willing to do anything, and those Eeyores are just, you know, just kind of the oompa-loompas that just kind of cruise through, you know. And I'm not for wholesale culling people out across the board, you know, because there's families involved and those kind of things. But at the end of the day, if you're a manager and you're part of a team and that team's job is to make that company money, which that's what it is, then you need to put the best team together that you can. And speaking of teamwork, you know, I've been real fortunate. My team is fixing to wrestle in the state finals tomorrow, on February the 3rd, I guess it is. And been real fortunate to win a state title and coach some state champions. And you know, the thing is, for us, the way you win state titles is you've got to put the best team that you can on the mat. Well, guess what? In y'all's industry, you've got to put that best team that you can on that working face. It has to happen. And if you do that, then guess what? Your site can be the best site in the waste management group. And that ought to be your goal. You know, I'm not going to say I've been there and done that. I've not worked for waste management. You know, I've got a brother that is a site manager for a competing company. But I've been in the waste industry. You know, I was there for 7 years, and I know how it is. You know, I know how important it is for y'all to meet those daily goals, and you got to have everybody pulling in the same direction. And so it's super important for y'all to classify your people and understand that those people in that high production job, in that high pressure situations, they've got to be Tiggers. They've got to be Tiggers. Otherwise, they're just not going to get it done. They're not. You can put a Band-Aid on it and try to motivate them, but you know what? In an industry where, you know, it's tough work. I mean, it's tough work. You shouldn't have to motivate. You shouldn't have to motivate people every day to go to work. They ought to be ready to go to work, and they ought to be willing to do whatever it takes to make your team the best team it can be. And so, you know, that's where it's at, folks. You know, here I am, an outside source. You've never met me, never met you. But I can tell you, if you're going to be successful in life, you need to surround yourself with successful people. You need to surround yourself with people that are Tiggers and cull out the Eeyores. Just cull them out. At some point, you've got to strengthen your team by putting the best people you can on that working face. And if you do that, guess what? Your group will be better. Your managers will be happier. You'll have people that take care of your equipment, and you know what? The whole day will be better. So there is my advice for the day. Like I said, I appreciate what y'all do. I appreciate the working man and woman of America, and you know, at the end of the day, we all need to do our part. So surround yourself with quality people, and you'll have a quality job. So with that being said, peace out.